Two films I recently watched. Let's discuss about them in this video. Beginning with Crimes of the Future, the new film by David Cronenberg. The film stars Viggo Mortensen, Lea Seydoux and Kristen Stewart. According to one of the IMDb plot synopsis, humans adapt to a synthetic environment with new transformations and mutations. With his partner Caprice, Soul Tensor, celebrity performance artist, publicly showcases the metamorphosis in avant-garde performances. Now, I'm a huge fan of David Cronenberg. As you can see above me, I own like 6 of his films, but I've seen more of his films on streaming. I don't really know exactly why, but I've always enjoyed his style in body horror. If it's a simple film like Scanners or a heavy film like Crash, Cronenberg is very good at juggling a simple structure to something a lot more deeper. Crimes of the Future is very much one of Cronenberg's more difficult films to understand exactly what is going on. I found the film to be good, but not exactly great. To start off with the positives, I found all of the performances to be excellent, and I found the 3 leads to be very appropriate for a film like this. I was really especially impressed by the performance of Kristen Stewart, who really plays this sensitive and passionate person who wants pleasure, basically. Speaking of pleasure, I found this film to be about pleasure on love, pain, death, and even presenting expression of creativity of the inside of our bodies. I thought the film was really well shot. The atmosphere was quiet and soulless for it to be appropriate for the society the characters were living in. And the score by Howard Shore was absolutely fantastic. It's a score that I cannot stop listening to, and I would highly recommend it. Also, with the score, it does a really good job at making the film to be mysterious and dystopian as well. There was also some amazing production designs of the body, alien chair and bed for Viggo Mortensen's character, and there was some great makeup to show these painful effects for the characters to show their pleasure in. In terms of negatives, there was a lot of visual effects that looked really cheap. For example, there is a scene when a character is biting and chewing a bathroom bin, and while the character is chewing the bin, you could see dribble coming out of its mouth, and it looked really bad. The autopsy scenes as well, I wasn't really a fan of when it came to its visual effects as well. My main problem with Crimes of the Future was honestly wanting more to explore, process and appreciate more from the themes and the dystopian story, by finding the film to have a hooked setup, however with a dissatisfying execution. Still, I would very much like to rewatch Crimes of the Future to see if I can understand and appreciate more what this film is about. Based on my Letterboxd rating, I'm going to give Crimes of the Future a 3-star out of 5. Now, let's move on to a new whodunit film called See How They Run. The film stars Sam Rockwell, Saoirse Rowan, Harris Dickinson, Shirley Henderson, Ruth Wilson, Reece Shearsmith, David Oyelowo, and Adrien Brody. The film is set in the West End of 1950s London. Plans for a movie version of a smash hit play come to an abrupt halt after a pivotal member of the crew is murdered, according to the plot synopsis on IMDb. I found this film to be self-aware on the cliches on the whodunit genre. There were some interesting and clever moments when it came to the creative differences of making these type of stories. Comedy moments were fine, I guess. There was actually a couple of scenes that had great setups and payoffs. The rest of the humour was very much haha so random, and it's a sense of humour that's not my cup of tea. All of the performances were amazing, showing a lot of over-the-topness and energetic personalities. I loved Sam Rockwell and Saoirse Ronan's characters' chemistry. Another great example of them being chalk and cheese. Rockwell is negative, sometimes laid back, while Ronan is positive and tense as well. A lot of her character jumps to conclusions a lot. Overall, I found the film to be pretty good. It reminded me of a mixture of a Wes Anderson and Rian Johnson film. I reckon a lot of people will enjoy this simple whodunit film because it's quite a sweet film to watch in my opinion, and I think a lot of people will find it to be a treat especially. Based on my Letterboxd rating, I'm going to give See How They Run a 4-star out of 5. Thank you for watching, and look out for more film reviews coming your way.